What's up, guys? This is Adam the Bee's Knees, and today we are going to be doing our very final NPL upload for minors for the season. Of course, we're coming back for next season, but I wanted to get the playoff video up on Tuesday, the respectable date. So I recorded that, and my roommate walked in about halfway through the game. So I kind of rushed, skipped turns. I didn't want to, I just wanted to get it up, and he was going to be in the room for the rest of the night, so I didn't really want to record when he was in there. So when he went to the bathroom, I quickly recorded. You saw that. And yeah, so apologize for that upload. Wasn't the best quality, but you still saw the battle for what it was. Good game to Greg. But we'll talk about that maybe later on. Today, I'm just going to go over a recap of the season, how I felt about it, stuff like that. So, starting off, and I hope this is in the right draft order, is my draft for the league. So, it's not a draft recap, I want to talk about a couple mons. Mew, I really enjoyed using. I think that once I got Mew out of always being that defensive calm mind role, or just a fatter Mew, I think that I enjoyed using Nasty Plot / Rock Polish Mew. I think that was great. I wish I could have used Mew DMZ a bit more. I saw its power in the last game. Of course, he had Escavalier, but still would have been super cool. Also, if I had Incinerate, I think I won. Fun fact. But, because he had Akka. But Mew was a great Pokemon to bring. I'm proud to draft it round 1. I think it is deserving of a round 1 pick. It's great. Z moves on it are decent. It's not the best Z move captain, actually, which is kind of weird to think about. But Mew, also, if I had to pick a Z captain, I probably would have gone Persian because Z Parting Shot is very good. But I don't know, leftovers stuff. But I think I used Z Earthquake. I've used Z Sucker Punch. I've used Munium Z. Off the top of my head, I don't know what else I used or if I used anything else, but still decent. They all did work. They all scored a knockout, which is cool. But really stoked to use Mew. I think it was the captain of my team, and I think it was a fantastic mon. I brought it every single week for a reason. Just all around. If you haven't used Mew in this 7th gen era, definitely consider picking it up. Up next is Skarm. Interesting. Skarm was alright. It's good at what it does. It's a fat bird. I think that I used it fairly well. If I had to say anything, I think that offensive Skarm is something I really wanted to use, but I didn't have the balls to do it. And I think that just because Braybird Ironhead hits pretty hard, like it's 80 attack, so yeah, it gets Swords Dance. I think the best Skarm set I brought, or at least the most fun Skarm set I brought, was the weakness. What's it called? Weak Armor versus Uzi. I think that was so fun. I'm so happy that worked out. I didn't kill it that too much or anything, but it was so fun to bring. And I think overall, Skarm was decent mon to bring. Would I draft it again? Probably, yeah. Now, out of every single Pokemon I had, even the ones I didn't use, this was my least favorite Pokemon. Mega Altaria is hot garbage. Not draft this piece of shit Pokemon. It's crap. It's shit. I can't stand it. Okay. It was so much better 6th gen. Because the Pixelate nerf, the 8 nerf for 7th. Yes, Altaria can theoretically sweep teams, but it needs a setup and things can hard counter it. It needs coverage, it really wants Roost, and it really wants to be bulky, but you need some speed for Dragon Dance, and if you're not running any attack, it's not doing jack shit. So, sorry, throat. A lot of times Altaria was forced in defensive roles, which is fine. I don't think that's a bad thing, but I don't know, maybe I didn't have the right team for it. I will never use Mega Altaria again. I'm glad I got the experience. but not a fun mon to bring. Sorry. And then, so Nihilego was one of the first Sun and Moon mons I had. Solid mon. Its coverage is piss poor, I will say that. But if they don't have a steel type, then it's not so bad. Heat spikes are cool, stealth rock is cool. I think I used Nihilego fairly well all season. I think I scored a lot of knockouts with it, I think. It's not my MVP, which is coming up, and Mew is also one of my MVPs, but I like Nihilego a lot. Serena came twice, and both times, well, it did a lot the first time, and it didn't do so much versus, who's the other guy I fought with? What's his name? Ace. Woo! But I think the premise was still nice. I brought Scarf both times. I think that if you want a fat rapid spinner, Serena is not for you. That's not what makes Serena as good as it is. The Queenly Majesty is a fantastic ability, and it does get a decent, nice move pool. So I think you need to draft Serena more of an offensive mon than a defensive mon. And that's not what I really drafted it for. I did use it offensively, but I only brought it twice. Because grass offense isn't that great, especially this generation with Zygarde. It's a lot more grass defense. So stuff like Tangrowth, Decidueye, and like out of all of the Gen 7 grass hazard removers, I do think Serena's the worst. I think Delmaz is a slightly better Pokemon. I think Decidueye is obviously very good. So that's my take on it. Now, one of my other favorite mons I brought all season was Diggersby. Now, brought Choice Scarf Diggersby like a billion times and banned it a few times, but I love Diggersby. I drafted Diggersby before and I hated it. I really did, but I really love it. Like, Choice Scarf Diggersby is so good. It's stupid good. Yes, it gets agility, sword dance, all that crap. You don't need it. You just need Scarf. Doesn't matter if other people have Scarfers that will outspeed you. Diggersby's just cool. It has the coverage it needs, and Quick Attack is also a nice niche. I would definitely draft Diggersby again. I think it's fun. It was really fun to use all season, so happy to have it a part of my team. Also, shout out to my color scheme, like most of them. These are the three mons I booted off. Jellicent. Jellicent did not come to any games because of the ghost typing, although ghost type's nice for rapid spin, not super ideal for your fat water type, IMO. Blaziken, I would have brought several times, but I just had to get rid of Blaziken to fit in a different mon. But I will say, using it in UBC, Blaziken's a great mon. Didn't show it off here, but if you want a decent fire type, I think Blaziken's great. I think it is. It's not expensive. But of course I didn't use it this season, so. And then Bisharp. Bisharp's just a mon I'm not too comfortable with. There's not much to say about that. Bisharp was also the result of a snipe, so, as great as it can be. Electabuzz was cool to use. I used it a few times. It's pretty fat. Wish it had some sort of recovery besides rest. I think Electabuzz is a okay electric type. Now, at the time, it was my fastest mon, which was a huge flaw. But I think I maybe could have brought Electabuzz a bit more. I think it is a solid mon, and I would draft it again for sure. Articuno did not bring all season. Would have actually brought it if I was facing Turk. I really would have. It would have been agility, modest, HP ground, freeze dry, roost, and agility. I think I said agility twice. But Articuno is cool in theory, but four times rock weakness really, really blows, especially when my best hazard remover is Skarm. Because Mew, but I will say, I didn't really think about this when Jolt said it, but I will confirm, Mew is not a hazard remover. You do not want to put defog on Mew. Like, maybe if I brought Articuno, I would have to force defog on Mew, but that wasn't exactly ideal. So, four times rock weakness sucks. Then I got my 3 transactions, which were a huge part of my team plan. So I picked up some speed. Persian, love this mon. If I could, I'd draft it every season. It's just cool. It partying shots. It's stupid, physically fat, and taunt and foul play. Like you saw it, check the Curum and did all that crap. I party shot it out Mega Diancie. It's just so fast. It's a great mon. Highly recommend it. Persian is really fun. Suicune, it's just a solid water type. It's one of the better water types out there. Of course, its move pool entirely isn't the best because it gets, Scald, Ice Beam, Roar, Rest, and Calm Mind. Really, that's what you're going to use. So, meh, coverage-wise, but it's really fat, so that's fun. I didn't sweep anyone with Crocoon, unfortunately, but I think it was a decent blue that my team needed for sure. And then Hawlucha. Hawlucha's a little bit like Bisharp, not super comfortable using it, but when it did come, it put in work. I will say that. I swept Yoast with it. I could have swept Fries with it. I just knew I had Diggersby in the back. But Hawlucha's great. Really cool mon. Tough to bring sometimes, but it's scary in prep. I will say that. So, just going over a few of the weeks here. Actually, before I do that, let me point out something. So, where is this? Okay, power rankings. My team was 15th, C plus ranking. I understand that. I respect that. To this day, I don't like my team. I like Mew, I like Diggersby, I like Persian and Hawlucha. Suicune was okay. Didn't care for Jealous. I didn't care for Jellicent or Bisharp. I dumped those guys. Suicune was fine. I didn't use Articuno. Electabuzz was okay. Serena was okay. Neligo was cool. Skarm's meh. And I hate Altaria, like I said. So just to show, 16th week 1. Week 1 was when we got throttled by Parker, who unfortunately is no longer in the NPL. He had to drop out. Parker gave me the fist. 5-0 loss. I don't know if you can see that. Okay, yeah. So 5-0 loss. I think going back, he had Trick, Frostless, which inspired so many people to freaking run Trick against me because it really worked out. I do remember that. My Mew was the only one to get kills. And actually, looking at the MVP scores, Mew and then Diggersby scored very high. Diggersby, I think, is in top 10. It got 12 kills and 3 deaths. So all around, use Diggersby. And Mew's great too. 11 kills, 8 deaths, just because Mew came to way more games. But yeah, that's just how it rolled. So week 2, I fought Aster. Aster made a few questionable plays. My team wasn't the best against a Salamence, a Mamoswine, a Cavalion. He had a really good team against me. I didn't have my transactions, so already down a little bit. And he won 2-0. And so then Andrew comes along, and I win against Andrew. I used Scarf Serena pretty well. Mew was pretty effective. I think I sacked it off a bit too early. But yeah, that was when things kind of took a swing. So you can see here 16th, and then finally we start rising. And we're going to rise a little bit, we're going to fall a little bit, and then we're going to rise, and then since these are not updated, we make it to number 1. And so that journey to number 1 was huge. Literally, 16th week 1, just making sure, okay. Oh, it's kind of hard to see. Okay, 16th week 1, and then you can't see both sides of it, but for week 8 there, I was number 1 both, and week 9, 10 aren't updated. So and I think I would have been week 1, number 1, 9 too, because I beat Fries. But from worst to first, pretty good accomplishment. So anyway, moving on to Dan. We really used those team members to full tuition. Persian put in so much work against Dan. Hazard stacking really was very effective versus Dan there. Now, moving on to Fallop. Fallop is very crucial game. Also partly determined why I'm not in majors at the moment, because I lost a 50-50 at the end. If I beat that 50-50, I would have beat Fallop, I would have had a 1-0 win, but even that 1-0 win was enough to put me in majors. Unfortunately, I lost. Val played so well. That was such a great game, so can't be too mad. And of course, Val is a very good guy. So even losing, it was 1-0 loss is very respectable there. Week 6, we fight Greg. Super haxy battle. A lot of crap happened in that game, but ended up 3-0. So that was the first start of the 4-win streak. And then Yost, we swept with Halucha. So 3-0. We destroyed Uzi with Mew, 5-0. And then Diggersby picked up like 80,000 kills against Fries. A 4-0. And then it was, you can't see week 10, but it was me versus Ace. The winner of that got into majors automatically. The loser just made it to playoffs. I unfortunately got mollywopped by Ace's dual band core. Person switched into Metagross, took 70%. I knew it was over. He also crit my Altaria, but just that would have preserved differential, which didn't matter. And then Ace made it through. And then we go to playoffs, and you saw what happened. What really happened was 2 big things. I knew Escavalier could come. I didn't exactly think it would come, so I didn't put in too much prep for it. That cost me. If I had Incinerate, I think if Incinerate works how it would pop the Akka and then kill, then I won. If it didn't, then no big deal. And again, I prepped too hard for Camerupt, Crawdon, on Keldor, hard Necrozma, like that hard Trick Room. And then I prepped for Garchomp. But not so much his Togekiss or his Escavalier. And I think those 2 and Porygon 2 I just misplayed around because I kind of prepped for Porygon. And those 2, mainly the Togekiss, really put a dent in my team, which is why mocks aren't the greatest thing because Togekiss only came 1 time. And I don't remember what it was exactly. I think Nasty Plot perhaps. But I do remember that if I sensed what Greg brought, I actually really thought it would be Scarf Kiss. So when he revealed Thunder Wave, it was really bad. And that's why I lost. So, but anyway, generalizing this minor season. I was also first in the draft, which was wild. Got sniped by Uzi and Ace. Literally 2 and 3. So many times. Stupendous. But I will say, this season was a little bit weird because we had, let's count them. Yost replaced Jar. Turbo replaced Parker. Hell, if I was fighting Turbo week 1, would be in majors, I will say that. Let's see. Fallop replaced Sceptile MC. Greg replaced Cloud again. If I fought Cloud. Let's see. Techno replaced Aster. And Turk replaced Andrew. And Ethan replaced David. So 1, Ethan 1, Turk 2, Ballot 3, Greg 4, Turbo 5, Yost 6, Techno 7. 7 out of 16 is nearly half dropped and were replaced, which also is really why Greg and the playoffs were so weird, because Techno automatically couldn't get in. Turk had to play that game versus Greg or he wouldn't get in. Yost couldn't get in, so it was really weird. Also, this conference is so jank. Like, wow, that's kind of wild. So I think we finished, let's see, we finished fifth overall, which is, it's not there, but 5th overall because I see 7 teams. So very respectable. Congratulations to Ace, congratulations to Ethan, and then the winner of Dan versus Greg will automatically go into the majors, which is nice, super great. Good content peoples, so that's fine. Next season, will be tough. We have to face Techno and Yost, who can get promoted. And I will say, those guys are fantastic battlers. Simply fantastic, as Greg would say. So just, I want to thank everyone who supported me and gave me mocks this season. I know a lot of people wanted me to advance the majors. I did, of course. I really wanted it bad, but I was thinking to myself, at the end of the day, I am in the NPL, and so many people want to be in the NPL. So that alone is a pretty big accomplishment. And it's not like you're ostracized from the majors. I talk to half those guys every day. So it's like, sure, I've never played Jolt or Maddie or Gypsy. Would have probably gotten throttled by them. But still, oh well. I will try again next season, and I think I can do it. If anyone can get from bottom to top in power rankings, you can do it. We'll say that. So never consider yourself out when you have a bad record initially. You do not know what can happen. Also, look at this. Like, Turbo could have made playoffs in a regular run with 4 wins. And so stuff like that is really interesting, to say the least. Oh, I think Greg had 0. Okay, that's why. So Val had a poor record. Shoutouts to Tone for those 4 UVs. Nah, I'm not mad at all. I was so close. So that part stings a little bit. It's not like I was in I guess Tone or Turbo's position, where it was pretty unlikely. I will say that I will never draft Altair again, and I hope to draft a better team. So just one more time, thanks everyone who mocked me, or helped with team building. So Zazo, Blake, Joel, Trev, Nata Please, Narth, Turk, CJ, Mintz, Bronson, Omega, Rob, Maddie. I think that's everyone. David, and Dan. If I missed anyone, I'm sorry. But that's how it is. I think that Diggersby ended up probably top 5 kills in the MVP. I think Mew may be in the running for top 10. But yeah, we went from literally last. I think we were literally 16th. Not just in ranking, in terms of everything. Fries was ahead of me. I know that much. And oh boy. Fries makes amazing content, but this year was not his run. And I did worse than him initially. So that's wild. And then we finished in 5th. But we were power ranked from 16th to 1st, which I think is really freaking cool. And so pretty much that's how it will end. So I'm kind of just rambling. I just wanted to get a better content out than my last upload, just because I understand how it was rushed and I had to talk quiet. I am just rambling, so feel free to leave. But yeah, looking forward to next season. Will it be hard? Hell yeah. And we're going to get a bunch of brand new guys, because at least 3 or so are going to move up. I think 4. So assuming Dan, Greg, and then Ace and Ethan. So if Dan/Greg make it, congratulations. Well deserved. Wild playoff group. And shout out to Trev, a busy man, and his admins. But the league was fairly well run, I will say. Glad to get every upload on time, and glad to see those who remained. and those who are new, and those who will be coming. Anyone can do it. NPL is the best league. Well, GBA, but NPL is probably the most competitive league, so I'm glad to be part of it. Majors, minors, it's the NPL. So until then, this is the Bees Knees signing off for the last time for season 4. Until then, season 5. Fingers crossed for season 8 of majors, but let's draft something better for minors next season. Fuck off.